Welcome to another GA Canine training video, folks. And today we are working on urban trailing. And we're running into some situations where we're dealing with some significant wind-blown odor. And this is just a fact and a reality in urban deployments. Not only do we have wind-blown odor, but we also have lots of air scent that comes with the tracks. We need dogs that can be able to transition back and forth between every scent that's available. So ground disturbance, contact odor, blown human odor, and skin cells and skin rafts. And then also have a dog that can bounce back and forth between air scent and trailing. All of these things are presented to the dogs normally on just about every single urban tracking deployment you can have. Let her get all the way back. She's not getting a trail across the cement, okay? She's just getting all her odor here. Yeah, good job. Drop the leash. Consistent around the foot. Look how far that wind, look at how that blown odor is going down there, right? So that's your track line, even though it's not your track line. Let her go back. No hurry. She's just, this is where the scent is ending, is right in here. She doesn't have a connection, so just let her have all the lead. Don't move it. Be ready to let it go. Yep. Good. See the odor right in there? Good. Good. Nice.
Dropped in there.
It's okay.
That doesn't fall in there.
Look at how that set me. Look at that. Is that amazing how that worked? Great mind. One of the big problems that we run into in an urban environment, especially when we got on into a hard surface, especially on daytime and especially with wind, is that track line dissipates and disappears very, very quickly. Yes, dogs can track footstep to footstep, but what's problematic during the daytime is that scent picture is ruined very, very quickly, primarily by ultraviolet radiation. Everything within the 420 nanometer range and slightly upwards has a tendency to degrade bacteria growth, and it's the bacteria growth that produces the odor that the dogs are actually following when it comes to human odor. Ground disturbance is another situation on soft surface, but here on concrete, it's literally sometimes like scent is similar to snow drifting on a patch of ice. It very rarely stays exactly where the person walked, and it burns up very, very quickly. So what we end up having sometimes is a dog that's going to deviate from the track line, follow blown odor wherever it might lie, in particular cracks or micro elevation changes in the surface that you're working on. And this dog exemplifies that very well. You can see this in the behavior. It starts out on the track line. That doesn't work very well for it, and it has to go back, look for odor in other places, and it uses that to connect the dots from point A to point B. This is oftentimes the reality in an urban environment when we're hunting people, and it's very important that we have a dog that can alternate back and forth between ground disturbance, ground track, and trail line, wherever odor might have drifted to. And the types of odor that we're talking about, that we're dealing with, are multifaceted. You know, the ground disturbance is what we always think of from a traditional tracking standpoint. But there's also skin rafts or skin cells that are dropping off the human body thousands per second or minute based on exertion, emotional capacity, so on and so forth. And then there's also the off-gassing of the human body itself, which is happening at a very, very significant rate. Literally, we're almost like human smoke bombs. So these skin cells and this off-gassing oftentimes can spread with the wind very, very far. Here we have a repeat of what happened at the first road crossing here at the second, with the wind heading down the direction of this driveway, and Calypso follows most of that blown odor until it runs out and then is forced to come back up and hit the track line again. This oftentimes is the reality of hard surface tracking in an urban environment. So the word we use for this space between the track line and the trail line with the wind is what I call the apex of the trail. This is where the bulk of the odor has blown past the track line. Sometimes the dogs can cut it if the wind is going the opposite direction. See you get odor again? Okay, very nice. We got a nice distraction coming.
One more.
Getting lots of wind. Okay, that's your track. Right there. Last of the track.
Oops.
Good. Good. Good job with the leash. Nice. Very good work. Okay, so she just picked up the backtrack of the person that just came from the car, and now she came off. So very nice. So you're getting proximity alert. She doesn't know where it's coming from, so she's having to use the track as well.
Visual and proximity.
Well, part of it is she's getting air scent, and then also she's seeing those shapes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so she thinks they're almost human. Okay, so she just saw that lady walk to the car, and now she differentiated off the lady, and she's going back to your track.
Here we go.
Right?
Yep.
So that's air scenting, scent discrimination. And we really want that to happen as much as possible. And it's one of the reasons why we do not allow the dogs to go chase anybody when they see them.
Yeah.
It can never be visual. It always has to be based on odor.
Now she saw herself. She was kind to herself. She's like, what is that? That's me. Hello. Hello. Thank you.
I think she's actually seeing people in there.
She goes crazy road. Where are they? How to go there? Where are
She's
they?
getting great odor here. See that? But I think she sees people in there. And so, you know, she knows she's in odor.
Actually, no, there's nobody. No,
Let her
no.
have the lead.